While some of us were able to enjoy the snow over the weekend, one family got quite a scare. Now, one man is now facing additional charges after police say he was shooting at a family while they were sledding in Harrison, Tennessee. Benjamin Cook faces 6 counts of attempted first-degree murder. 2 parents and their 4 children were sledding near Birchwood Pike when they say Cook fired shots at them. He said the family was on his property. The sheriff's office says the family was sledding on land across the fence from his property, and his conviction records show he's not allowed to have a gun. Cook faces 5 different charges with multiple counts.
We were asking a lot of questions about this because the situation had us wondering, when it comes to Tennessee's stand your ground law, when does someone have the right to use physical or deadly force?
Now, the sheriff's office says this shooting took place off the suspect's property. A local attorney tells Riley Nagel even if it was on his property, that doesn't necessarily apply to the law.
Attorney Robin Flores says here in Tennessee, the only time someone has the right to use deadly force is if they have reasonable belief their life is being threatened. Flores says from what he understands, that's not the case in this situation.
You can't use deadly force to protect property, only, to protect yourself, from physical harm or death.
The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says Benjamin Cook's property on Stony River Drive is located across the fence from where a family of 6 was sledding on Friday. Flores says even if they were on his property, Tennessee's stand your ground law does not apply.
You can't use, deadly force to protect that property or run people off. In fact, in this particular situation, from what I understand from the reports, there was no justification.
Flores says if the family was on his property and refused to leave,
you can't use self-help, and again, you can't resort immediately to deadly force.
If Cook did ask a trespasser to leave, but they would not comply, Flores says he should have called the sheriff's office. Cook is facing 6 counts of attempted first-degree murder, and Flores says there's evidence to support asking for consecutive sentencing.
And so you just pile that up, I would tell them your exposure is 100 years.
Flores says the only instance in which Cook could have defended himself would be if the family presented a firearm or they were on his property in the middle of the night.
You just got to use common sense. Simply because you got a gun and there's some provisions that allow you to use it, you need to think before you act like that, particularly you got children in the crossfire.
Cook is also facing unlawful possession of a weapon and aggravated child abuse. His first court appearance is set for February 10th. Reporting in Studio B, I'm Riley Nagel.